like to call our March meeting to order. I'll ask Mr. Dawson to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Certainly. Beston, Bullock, Bergdorf, Cal, Chapman, Clay, Camiso, Kraus, Cunningham, Dawson, Demolowitz, Drake, Ethier, Feeney, Fine, Grenier, Grimm, Higgins, Mr. Higgins, Hogan, Andrew Joyce, Raymond Joyce, Lakakis, Lockhart, Moriello, Mayo, McKnight, McLean, Lane, Mendick, Miller, O'Brien, Mr. O'Brien, Polotsky, Reinhardt, Simpson, Mr. Simpson, Smith, Stevens, Touche, Tunney, Ward, Willingham, 36, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. I'd like to take note of additional sponsors with the clerk. First item under previous business, please, item 74.
Public hearing on proposed local law B for 2019.
All those in favor? Opposed? Item number 74 passes. Item number 75, please.
Amending Resolution 305 for 2010 regarding the First Responder Appreciation Program in Albany County in order to establish the commission and clarify appointment of its membership. I'd like to be added. Yes, sir.
Ms. Plotsky as well. Who doesn't want to be added? Okay, let's add everybody. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Item number 75 passes. First item under current business, please, item 79. Mr.
Amending
Fine?
Resolution 327, 2017 regarding Empire State Development Grant Funding and Reimbursement.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Mr. Fine?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to make a motion to move resolution number 116 to the agenda.
Move it out of order? Second it. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion to take 116 out of order passes. Clerk, please read item 116.
Certainly. The appointment of a county coroner.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd just like to say a few words on this resolution. I just want to say we are very lucky to have Mr. Sturgis, Mr. Antonio Sturgis, have the opportunity to appoint him to serve as coroner through term ending in 2019. As we know, Mr. Benjamin Sturgis was coroner before he was elected and in the last election cycle. Ben Sturgis and Antonio Sturgis are both very well-known important residents of the South End, have a long history in the South End of Albany. Antonio Sturgis served as the assistant to Coroner Ben Sturgis for the last year. So it's great that we have someone with his experience to step into this role at this very important time. So I'm very excited that we have such a qualified person who is also such an important member of the South End community and whose family has such a history in the South End. Thank you.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Mr. Ethier.
Plan on running for re-election?
I do.
Thank you. Gil, just a petition. I've run petitions for 3 weeks. Oh, I don't know. I'm not in Albany. I don't know.
He's county-wide.
Hey, Gil, tell me the best.
Congratulations, Mr. Sturgis. Item number 80, please.
Authorizing an agreement with the Village of Forestville regarding maintenance of a train viewing station.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? passes. 81, please.
Authorizing the planning department to take initial review actions to determine the secret lead agency status regarding Albany County Rail Trail Bridge over to Scotland Road.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? 81 passes. Item 82, please.
Amending Resolution 455 of 2018 with MJ Engineering regarding additional design and inspection services in secret.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Item 82 passes. Item 83, please.
Authorizing an agreement with New York State Department of Transportation for the conveyance for right-of-way to Albany County regarding a completed road construction project in the town of Albany.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Item 83 passes. Item 84, please.
Authorizing submission of a grant application to Capital District Transportation Committee regarding the purchase of reflective wristband.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Item 84 passes. Item 85, please.
Authorizing acceptance of grant funding and agreement with New York State Office of Aging regarding the Medicare Improvements for Patients and Providers Act grant to enhance the health insurance information counseling and assistance program.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Item 85 passes. Item 86, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Albany County and the town of Bethlehem regarding coordinated recreational programs for county residents.
Ms. Kowski.
Please add me.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 86 passes. Item 87, please.
Authorizing an agreement with the New York State Department of Health regarding reimbursement for administrative costs pertaining to the early intervention program.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 87 passes. Item 88, please.
Authorizing an agreement with the City of Albany Police Department regarding part-time law enforcement coordinator for the Children's Advocacy Center.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 88 passes. Item 89, please.
Authorizing an agreement with NS Labs regarding forensic toxicology laboratory services.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 89 passes. Item 90, please.
Authorizing submission of grant application to New York State Office of Alcohol and Substance Abuse Services regarding the opioid response grant.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 90 passes. Item 91, please.
Authorizing submission of grant application to Blue Shield North and Eastern New York regarding grant funding related to increasing the availability of diabetes awareness programs in Albany County.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 91 passes. Item 92, please.
Amending Resolution 194 of 2015 regarding an easement lease agreement for a radio tower property located at 28 Jansen Lane in the town of Berlin.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 92 passes. Item 93, please.
Adopting the 2019 revision of the Albany County Comprehensive Emergency Management Plan.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 93 passes. Item 94, please.
Authorizing an agreement between the Sheriff's Office and the Capital District Women's Bar Association Legion Project, Inc. regarding legal services for the immigrant population residing in Albany County and at the correctional facility.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 94 passes. Item 95, please.
Adopting an amendment to the Albany County Capital Program for 2019-2023.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 95 passes. Item 96, please.
Determination that the proposed construction of the Albany County Nursing Home will not have a significant impact on the environment.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 96 passes. Item 97, please.
A bond resolution of the County of Albany, New York, authorizing the undertaking of a capital project for the Emergency 911 Communication Center, stating the estimated maximum cost there is $8 million, appropriating said amount therefore and authorizing the issuance of 8 million serial bonds of the said county to finance said appropriation.
Long roll call, please.
Beston, Bullock, Bergdorf, Cal, Chapman, Clay, Misso, Rouse, Cunningham, Dawson, Malowitz, Drake, Ethier, Feeney, Fine, Frenier, Grimm, Hogan, Andrew Joyce, Raymond Joyce, Cactus,
Aye.
Lockhart,
Yes.
Moriello, Mayo, McKnight, McLean Lane, Mendick, Miller, Plotsky, Reinhardt, Smith, Stevens.
Yes.
Touche. Tony.
Yes.
Ward. Willingham. Unanimous, 36.
97 passes. Item 98, please.
Amending Resolution 99 for 2016 is amended regarding the agreement with Enderami Architects PC for agricultural engineering services at the Albany County Nursing Home.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 98 passes. Item 99, please.
Amending Resolution 442 for 2016 is amended with Gilbane Building Company regarding the construction of the Albany County Nursing Home.
In consultation with the county attorney's office, it needs to go back to committee, so we can send this back to audit and finance, please. Item 100, please.
Adopting the amendment to the Albany County Capital Program for 2019-23 Regional Anaerobic Digester Facility.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Mr. Bullock?
I speak on 102 at the same time.
Okay, I'll wait for you. Item 101, please.
Adopting an amendment to the Albany County Capital Program for 2019-2023 upgrades the time period center garage.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 101 passes. Item 102, please.
Declaring Albany County lead agency for the purpose of state environmental quality review for the water purification district regional anaerobic digestion.
Mr. Bullock?
Yeah, I just want to emphasize how important the anaerobic digester is at the North plant. It's going to process food waste. It's also going to process sludge. And it's a county thing that is seriously needed by the city of Albany in order to reduce their landfill of food waste. One of the biggest wastes that we have going in our landfills is food waste. This is one of the most environmental safe things to do with food waste. Plus, it takes out 5 incinerators that were polluting our Albany County. So I think it's really important, and the city of Albany should wake up and get behind this because it's a real good way to reduce the burden of the landfill. Thank you.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 102 passes. Item 103, please.
Authorizing correction to tax roll for the town of Buckhead.
Mr.
Chairman,
Dawson.
This resolution and next several ones make purely technical corrections to the tax rolls in a number of towns in the city of Albany. We reviewed them in audit and finance, and so what I'd like to do is propose a motion to consolidate resolutions number 103 through 107, since they all do basically the same thing.
The motion to group items 103 through 107, is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Items number 103 through 107, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Items 103 through 107, pass. Item 108, please.
Authorizing the refund of real property taxes in the town of Burns.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 108 passes. Item 109, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Aramark regarding dining services at the Time Training Center.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 109 passes. Item 110, please.
Renaming the Albany County Nursing Home to Shaker Place Rehabilitation and Nursing Center.
Mr.
Johnson.
Mr. Chairman, I would like to be added as a sponsor to that, as well as the next 4. Would you like me to rise as each one is read, or can I just make that motion?
You need some exercise tonight, so each time.
Okay. And see me again, so please add me to 110.
I was kidding, by the way. Gotcha.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Reinhardt.
Add me also.
Who doesn't want to go on item 110? All those in favor of item 110?
Aye.
All those opposed? Item 110 passes. Item 111, please.
Authorizing an agreement with the College of St. Rose regarding the submission of a Department of Justice Office of Violence Against Women grant.
All those in favor? Mr. Jones?
Aye. Things down.
We all want to be on this one, right? Everyone's going to be added to 111. Those opposed? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 111 passes. please.
Authorizing an agreement with the Capital District Women's Bar Association's legal project regarding a campus legal assistance for victims grant.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion all passes. Item 113, please.
Authorizing the submission of a grant application to New York State Office of Victim Services regarding crime victim and witness assistance services.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 113 passes. Item 114, please.
Authorizing an agreement with the City of Albany regarding police attendance to emergency medical services at the Crime Victim and Sexual Violence Center's Take Back the Night rally.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 114 passes. Item 115, please.
Authorizing settlement of lawsuit.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 115 passes. Item 116, please. Oh, pardon me, I already did that one. Item 117, please.
Appointment of a member of the Albany County Planning Board.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 117 passes. Congratulations, Mr. Crawford. Item 118, please.
Amending 2019 Albany County budget.
Isn't that the Audit and Finance Committee? Item 119, please.
Public hearing on proposed local law C for 2019.
Please send that to Audit and Finance and Law Committees, please. Item 120, please.
Public hearing on proposed local law D for 2019.
Please send that to the Conservation, Sustainability, and Marine Initiative Committee and Law Committee, please. Item 121, please.
Public hearing on proposed local law E for 2019.
Please send that to the Health and Law Committees, please. Item 122, please.
Public hearing on proposed local law O for 2018.
Please send that to the Law Committee. Item 123, please.
Resolution to establish Albany County as a pollinator-friendly municipality.
Please send that to the Conservation, Sustainability, and Green Initiatives Committee. First item under local laws.
Local law C for 2019, a local law of the County of Albany, New York, amending and updating local law number 2 for 2011 requiring item pricing by retail stores in the County of Albany.
Please send that to the Audit and Finance Committee and Law Committee, please. Local law D.
Mr.
Local
Chair.
law to incentivize.
Ms.
the
Cunningham.
use-
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. You can read the whole. That's okay.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to make a couple of comments about local law D, which is a newly introduced local law that, that would ban plastic bags, single-use plastic bags in Albany County, and also institute a 5-cent fee structure for the use of recyclable bags. There's a number of my colleagues who are listed as sponsors of this important initiative, and I just want to spend a second to talk about it. It's one of those initiatives that will position Albany County as an environmental leader in the state and in the nation and among other municipalities. The reason it's so important is obvious. We are killing our planet with our over-reliance and addiction to plastic, including plastic bags. You can't walk down the street these days without seeing a single-use plastic bag blowing in the wind. They're polluting our waterways. They are filling up our landfills. They're completely ubiquitous and unnecessary. The average amount of time that a single-use plastic bag spends in use is 12 minutes. So by the time you get your groceries from Hannaford and bring them home, that's the end of an average consumer's use of the average single-use plastic bag. There are billions and billions of single-use plastic bags polluting our environment. They also are environmentally unfriendly in terms of their production. They are produced through a very environmentally unfriendly process that is also adding to our climate change problems and challenges. I think I said this in the Democratic caucus, but I'll say it again. We are looking at gloom and doom quite literally if we do nothing with respect to our climate change challenges as a globe, as a world. And we have to do a lot of little things all at once if we are going to bend that curve. One of them is getting rid of single-use plastic bags. The idea behind the bill is a ban and a fee that essentially trains people to bring their own bag to the grocery store. It's very simple. If you charge a consumer a small fee, they will over time resist that and bring their bag to the store. I worked closely with a number of folks who had a lot of good ideas. I look forward to continuing my work, especially I had many good productive conversations enlightening me with Mr. Drake. Many of the sponsors of the bill gave me great ideas that we improved the bill with. I will continue to do that over the next few weeks, but I do want to say in talking to, I just stopped on the way here at my little local grocer right in central Delmar. It's a marketplace that I don't know how many times in a week those of us who live in central Delmar go there, but it's a lot. It's a grocery store with a deli and a meat market. And the first comment from the owner of the grocery was, I know this is coming, we've got to do this. I hate to see these plastic bags blowing in the wind everywhere. And I talked to him at length, and he's not opposed at all. He encourages his staff to ask consumers whether they want a bag and had some technical questions, but certainly is not opposed. I plan to also, working with Mr. Drake, engage the business community to ask their ideas about how to make this work most effectively. But I think we have to do this among many, many other things to address not just the pollution problem, but like I said before, our addiction to plastic in our daily environment, in our daily usage. And just a second about my proclamation that I sent around. Thank you so much for so many of you who took the time to sign it. It essentially is encouraging the state legislature, it's a sense of the Albany County legislature to do this, to fund water infrastructure grants that are supplied to municipalities like Albany County. Essentially, we need those grants in our municipalities for drinking water programs, to replace sewer lines, all kinds of what they call shovel-ready projects. So I encourage folks who are interested to please see me at the end to sign. Thank you.
Just a question, Joanne. The fee thing, 5 cents, is that for all the public has to pay that?
Yes. The public would have to pay. The stores can keep the 5 cents, which is one of the issues that stores have with the 5 cents.
But do they have a choice to get the paper bag?
There's no more plastic, so you either bring a bag or you get charged 5 cents for a recyclable bag to use, like a paper bag that you would then, or a box, although the box is not identified in the legislation as a fee, so the co-op would continue doing what they're doing.
So the public has to pay 5 cents for
5 cents. There are provisions that allow for the waiving of the 5 cents for folks on food stamps or other public assistance programs, which is a typical mechanism to kind of not pass that cost on to populations that can't afford it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I wanted to just say, for anybody in the body who wants to look into some of the background information on this more, I've read the report that the state put out on the plastic bag issue. It's a very good report. It's got some great numbers in it. And if you really want to look even further, what you'll find, because I have done this, is that this is, like climate change, as Joanne mentioned, this is a global issue. And there are things being done around the world on it. Interestingly, some of the most aggressive actions have been done in third world countries where the plastic problem first came to the attention of the public officials. And they've had some dramatic results, like 80 to 90% reduction. And it's really helped. The other point I do want to make, though, and as most of you know by now, I'm a big climate change person. I think it's the biggest issue we face, frankly. But what's a little bit different about this plastic bag issue as opposed to climate change is if the county did all the right things on climate change and nobody else did anything, we're still going to have a climate problem. In the case of plastic bags, it's different, because if we act, we actually have local benefits right now, right here, that we will see on day 2 or 3, if not day 1. So in that way, it's a little bit different from the climate issue. There are immediate benefits for the local governments, including their water treatment plant costs, operating costs. Anyway, I refer you to that report, and if you have any trouble finding it on the, I think it's on the DEC website, send me an email, and I have it, I can send it to you.
Mr. Morales?
Just a quick thing on the report. I actually just sent it to the staff because I asked if they could make me a copy. So they have it. If you want a copy of it, I'm sure they could make you a copy. Double-sided, black and white. Sorry.
I commend you maybe for introducing yourself. I think there's similar legislation across the street that's going to be acted on very shortly. My main concern is the 5 cents. To charge me 5 cents when I go to a supermarket, and I'm thinking of the working families in my district, who this is dramatically going to affect. It's a tax. You can call it a fee, call it whatever, it's a tax. The people of Albany County are going to be taxed 5 cents for every bag they get. No, and it's a recycle bag. So I understand what you're trying to do, but this is going to hurt people. If you're going to get rid of plastic bags, that's fine. I support that. I have a real problem, and if the bill stays like it says, we're going to vote against this bill, because I think it'd be detriment to the people of my district to have to pay 5 cents, and the profits go into the supermarkets, the big corporations, they get to keep it. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Brown?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I have a question for Ms. Cunningham, if I could. You said in some circumstances, they wouldn't have to pay for the 5 cents.
Yes.
Who would pay for the bag?
The grocery store.
Oh, I see. Thank you.
Mr. Reinhardt?
Yeah, I just wanted to respond to Gary's concern about the cost burden. If you look at places where this approach has been done, that is the ban and the fee, what you find is that people, in fact, learn, and they start using reusable bags. This fee is totally avoidable. Typically what happens in communities where this type of measure has been passed is stores, and by the way, think about this, you'll probably all be able to think of experiences in your own life where this has already happened. Stores like ShopRite or Hanford or whatever will have a special campaign, and they will offer free bags for a while as part of this new law. And it's a marketing strategy. They have their name on the bag. They try to bring you into the store to bring them more business as a response to the bag law that's passed. And this is what's typically happens, and people do change their behavior. If you go to places like Seattle or San Francisco or overseas where these kinds of laws have been passed, you just don't see the plastic anymore, and you don't see the throwaway paper bags either. People learn to have a bag with them that they reuse over and over again.
Mr. Kraus?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Is it my understanding that this bill is going to committee?
Correct.
How do you vote? Yes or no?
I certainly appreciate Ms. Cunningham's explanation of it, but instead of getting into a long-winded debate on the pros and cons, maybe we should let it go to committee and move on.
I like one.
Saving hot air, climate
A
change.
local law to incentivize the use of reusable shopping bags and to eliminate the use of single-use plastic bags in Albany County shopping establishments.
Please send local law number D, Conservation, Sustainability, and Green Initiatives, and law committees, please.
Thank you.
Local law E.
Local law of the County of Albany, New York, restricting the sale of flavored tobacco products.
Please send that to the health and law committees, please. Local law U.
Local law of the County of Albany, New York, authorizing county exec to enter into the lease agreement with property owned by Albany County with Hudson Valley Wireless, subject to the approval of the Albany County Legislature.
Long roll call, please.
Peston.
Favor?
Bullock. Bergdorf.
Aye.
Hal. Chapman. Clay. Missile. Rouse.
Yes.
Cunningham.
Yes.
Dawson.
Yes.
Smolowitz. Drake.
Yes.
He's here. Feeny.
Yes.
Klein.
Yes.
Grenier.
Yes.
Grimm.
Yes.
Hogan.
Yes.
Andrews.
Yes.
Raymond. McCackness.
Yes.
Lockhart.
Yes.
Morello.
Yes.
Hale. McKnight. McLean Lane.
Yes.
Mendel.
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
Plotsky. Reinhardt.
Yes.
Smith.
Yes.
Stevens.
Yes.
Duchesne. Tunney.
Yes.
36.
Local law unit passes. Nice work, Mr. Smith. Motion to adjourn? Motion to adjourn, sir. All those in favor? Aye.